Welcome to the Folktale Project. This is Dan Scholes. This week, we're visiting the Philippines for stories from Mabel Cook Cole's Philippine Folktales. And this story is short. In fact, most of the stories we're going to do this week are short, but this one in particular is just so on the nose with a moral that, as somebody who truly dislikes conflict, I get it. But, man, it really makes you think that you should always say what you need to say. This is The Mistaken Gifts. When Saigon was about 8 years old, his parents began looking for a girl who would make a suitable wife. At last, when they had decided on a beautiful maiden who lived some distance from them, they sent a man to her parents to ask if they would like Saigon for a son-in-law. Now, when the man arrived at the girl's house, the people were all sitting on the floor eating periwinkle, and as they sucked the meat out of the shell, they nodded their heads. The man, looking in at the door, saw them nod, and he thought they were nodding at him. So he did not tell them his errand, but returned quickly to the boy's parents and told them that all the people at the girl's house were favorable to the union. Saigon's parents were very much pleased that their proposal had been so kindly received, and immediately prepared to go to the girl's house to arrange for the wedding. Finally, all was ready, and they started for her house, carrying with them as presents for her parents 2 caribou, 2 horses, 2 cows, 4 iron kettles, 16 jars of basi, 2 blankets, and 2 little pigs. The surprise of the girl's people knew no bounds when they saw all this coming to their house, for they had not even thought of Saigon marrying their daughter. And that is The Mistaken Gifts. And a good reminder to always get confirmation, or at least ask your question first. And I love this story because it just reminds me so much of your typical wedding gifts. Who gives somebody 4 iron kettles? How many kettles does one family need? I love it. This is Dan Scholes for the Folktale Project. Don't forget that you can subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Overcast, anywhere you like to get your podcasts. You can follow us on Twitter at Folktale Project. You can find us on Auto Radio, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, anywhere you like to listen. And you can always head over to folktaleproject.com, where you'll find a new story waiting for you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Don't forget that if you'd like to help support the podcast, you can always head over to patreon.com/folktaleproject, where for as little as $1 a month, you can get early access to every story told. As always, thank you so much for listening.